Meanwhile, South Korea's capital, Seoul, is under some of its strictest COVID-19 measures yet as it struggles to contain its largest wave of infections in 9 months. Unprecedented curfews, primarily affecting nightlife, came into effect last Saturday and will last for 2 weeks. All malls, cinemas, internet cafes, arcades, beauty salons and supermarkets must close by 9 p.m. Only convenience stores smaller than 300 square meters can open at night. All public facilities run by the city are also shut. Buses also reduced their capacity by 30% after 9 p.m, while subways will do the same from today. And there are more measures from today, like gatherings of 50 or more people are prohibited, gyms and karaoke bars must close, religious services must be held online or by broadcast, and stricter attendance limits will be placed on school classes. Well, here to share the latest is the Straits Times' South Korea correspondent Chang Mei-chun, who joins me from Seoul. Hi, Mei-chun. So, unprecedented measures kicked in last Saturday with the shuttering of most establishments from 9 p.m. Then more measures today, including a ban on gatherings of 50 or more people, as well as the closures of gyms and karaoke bars. So, what's the mood on the ground today? Is the gravity of the current situation hitting home for South Koreans?
Hi, Olivia. Yes, I think so, definitely. Because, okay, if you look at it, this is the third wave of infection since March, and this current wave is centered mostly in Seoul and Greater Seoul. So this is where half of the population of South Korea lives. So as the virus clusters get closer to home, people are getting more worried. I was out in the streets today and I can see that there were very, very few people out walking, but it could also be that it's now winter, temperatures are hovering around 0. So that could be one more reason keeping people indoors. Personally, for me, my daughter's school had a case 2 weeks ago. So last week they were just they were just at home online learning. Our friends would say that, the kids go to daycare, and then daycare had a case, or someone who is testing and waiting for test results to be confirmed. So all these adds up. You get a sense that the virus is coming closer and closer to you, and you want to take some measures. You want to make sure that you maintain social distancing. Right now, I see people, even when they go out to eat, right, before the food comes, they wear their masks. You want to try to minimize the chances of infection as much as possible.
Right, of course. Well, as you pointed out earlier, this is the third wave since March, and it's been said that it's the toughest to curb. What factors are making it more challenging than the previous 2 resurgences? And is there anything that Singapore can learn from this as we look ahead to possibly entering phase 3?
Okay, this third wave is scary because clusters are popping up literally everywhere nationwide. The previous 2 waves, those were mostly centered on church clusters, and church clusters are easier in a way for the government to track, because you can get a list of the members, church members, whether it's 2,000 or 200,000. You can get a list and preemptively call people to go for testing. But right now, what we are seeing is the authorities are trying hard, having a hard time trying to catch up as the cases spread, very widely. So when cases like that happen, the government needs to send out more resources to try and do contact tracing. President Moon Jae-in yesterday just asked the government to go out, send all available personnel, whether it's civil servants, military, or even soldiers, to go out and provide support on site, to help with all these investigations, so that they can actually try to curb the spread of the virus as soon as possible. Okay, looking forward, right? I think what Singapore can learn from Seoul is that over here, the government has been very quick to ease social distancing once they see that the situation has some sort stabilized. I think that is dangerous, because if you care too much about the economy and you don't want businesses to suffer, then in the end, what you're going to get is this, kind of like a roller coaster ride. It goes up and down. And that's why we've had, 3 waves so far, because they would always look at, things seem to get better. Let's ease restrictions. but the moment you ease social distancing, people tend to think that, oh, right now we can go out, we can have small gatherings and all that. So that's the danger. When people go out and they mingle and they don't wear masks at close proximity, you're going to get clusters. You're going to get another wave again.
Right. Well, thanks so much for describing South Korea's current COVID-19 situation. But I'm wondering, what's the latest on the country's vaccination plans?
Okay, South Korea announced just today that they are going to secure 64 million doses of vaccine from 4 drug makers, including Pfizer and Moderna, and that will be able to that will help South Korea provide enough vaccines for about 34 million people. And the government has set aside 1.3 trillion won for this. And the vaccines are supposed to be shipped as early as February. South Korea also has its own, pharmaceutical companies that are researching and trying to develop its own vaccines, but this will only come next year. The vaccine program will be rolled out first to vulnerable groups, such as elderly people, frontline medical workers, those in nursing homes. But they are kind of not in a hurry to inoculate people because they want to make sure that the vaccines are safe and efficient before they start doing mass vaccination.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Mei Chun. Of course, take care over there in Seoul. I've been speaking to Chang Mei Chun, South Korea correspondent for the Straits Times.